Hello students, good morning. I'm Prem Gupta, your English teacher. Dear students, in the previous classes we were discussing the chapter 15 of English grammar, that is tenses. Dear students, in the tenses we have completed the present indefinite tense, present continuous tense, and today we will discuss the present perfect tense. Okay students? So open your notebook and start writing. What does mean by perfection? What does mean by perfect tense? Present perfect tense. Dear students, just see here, it is written here. Present perfect tense indicates the completion of an action. It indicates the completion of an action, completeness of an action. Okay, as the word perfect indicates its meaning, that perfect means complete. Complete means completion of any work. So here it denotes, present perfect tense denotes the completion of an action in the present time. Okay, in the present times. That is known as present perfect tense. So students, open your notebook and write down what is present perfect tense. You will write present perfect tense indicates the completion of an action in present. Okay. Dear students, you should keep in your mind in this tense, there are two helping verbs that we use, have and has. There are two helping verbs, no need to write, only keep in your mind. We use the helping verb have with I, we, they, and plural subject. Plural means more than one. Plural. The plural subject. Only keep in your mind, no need to write. You will write only up to this. Let's see. And we use has with the singular subject. He, she, it. Okay. There will be also, you can include you in have. Let's see. And singular subject. Singular subject. So students, keep in your mind there are two helping verbs. The students, I have already told you, in present and indefinite tense we use the helping verb do or does. In present continuous tense we use the helping verb is, am, are. But in present perfect tense we use the helping verb has and have. Okay, we use has with singular subject and he, she, it, and we use have with the plural subject and you, we, they, and I. Okay students, so keep in your mind all these things. Okay, there are two helping verbs, has and have, that is used in this tense, in the formation of this tense. Okay students, so just write down. First of all, you will write in your notebook what does mean by present perfect tense. You will write here, present perfect tense indicates the completion of an action in present. Okay, and after completing it you will put the heading formation of present perfect tense. Formation of present perfect tense. Students, I am going to erase it. I hope that you all have completed. So just put the heading formation of present perfect tense. Just see, formation of present perfect tense. Dear students, I have already told you in the previous classes and we have also completed, and each tenses contains the three types of sentence: affirmative, negative, and interrogative. And interrogative also contains two types, that is SNO type and WH type. So first of all we will discuss the what kind of structure? Affirmative sentence. Okay, affirmative sentence. So just see students, affirmative sentences, and just write down the structure. There would be subject, okay, then after has and have according to the subject. As I have already told you that we use has with the singular subject and we use have with the plural subject in this tense. Just see, there will be subject, then has and have according to the subject, then after verb, and the verb will be in third form of the verb. It means past participle form of the verb. Past participle form of the verb. Okay, past participle form of the verb. We have to use third form of the verb. Okay, students. So just see here. Subject will be there, helping verb will be there, then after third form of the verb will be there. If there is an object, you will use the object. If there is no object, then you will not use object. Then after, full stop. Okay, this is your affirmative structure. Okay, keep in your mind, there will be subject, then after helping verb according to the subject, has or have, then after third form of the verb, then after object, then after full stop at the end of the sentence. So just see, students, sentences example we can see. Let's see, suppose that I have written the subject in singular, Mohan has. With the Mohan is singular subject, therefore we will use the helping verb has. Okay, Mohan has. Suppose that your verb is play, then what would be the third form of the verb? Third form of the verb will be played. You will add here et. Okay, that is your third form of the verb. Okay, just see, play is the main form of the verb, that is first form of the verb, or you can say root form of the verb, and played is the second form of the verb, or you can say the past form of the verb, and played is the third form of the verb, or you can say the past participle form of the verb. Okay, students, so keep in your mind, you have to use your third form of the verb. Okay, so just see, Mohan has played cricket. Dear students, this tense, present perfect tense, denotes the completion of an action in the present time. So just here, Mohan has played cricket. Okay, so you can see, we can match here, there is subject, then after helping verb according to the subject, then after verb, okay, the verb is here in the third form, and then after object. Just see one more example we can see. Children is what? Child is singular, but we will write here in plural. Just see, children is plural, so according to this subject we will use the helping verb have. Children have gone. Suppose that go is your first form of the verb, you will use the third form of the verb. Okay, gone. Children have gone to market. Okay, market. Let's see, children have gone to market. You can see here, there is subject, there is helping verb according to the subject, then after verb, if there will be object, you will add object. If there is not object, you will not use object. Let's see here, this is your sentence, this is your structure, subject, and according to the subject has and have, then after third form of the verb, then after object, then after full stop. You can see the sentences. Mohan has played cricket. Okay, children have gone to the market. Okay, students, so this is the structure of affirmative structure of present perfect tense. Okay, students, so on the basis of this structure, you will construct, you will formate, okay, you will frame the sentence. Okay, students, so keep in your mind this structure. On the basis of this structure, you will make the sentences. Okay, students, so you write it in your notebook and after completing it, you will put the heading next negative sentences. Now we will discuss the negative sentence. Okay students, I am going to erase it. Dear students, if you are getting any kind of problem, you may ask on WhatsApp. Okay, so just see. Second, you see negatives, Negativa, negative sentences. Just see. What would be the negative structure? Just see. There will be subject. The same thing will be there. Helping verb will be same. Okay. Same pattern you will follow. But here, after the subject, just see here. There will be subject. Then after, has or have according to the subject. Then after, you will use the negative word not. Okay. Then after, you will use the verb, third form of the verb. Then after, object. Then after, full stop. Okay. So this is the structure of negative sentence of present perfect tense. Just see, everything is same. But here, after the helping verb, I have added here the word, negative word not. Okay. Now we can see the same example. Just see. Mohan is subject, that is singular, and with the singular we will use the helping verb has. Mohan has not. Okay, you can see here. Play is your verb, and third form of the verb you have to use. Therefore, we will write here played. Mohan has not played cricket. Okay, so just see here. Mohan has not played cricket. We can see subject, helping verb, negative word, then after third form of the verb, then after object or complement. Okay, come to the next. Let's see. Suppose that I have written here the plural subject children. Then you will write the same. Have, because that is plural subject, therefore we will use the helping verb plural. Children have not gone to school or market. You can. Let's see. Okay, here that is negative sentence, therefore I have added here the negative word not just after the helping verb. Okay students, so just write down. This is your negative structure. Subject will be there, helping verb will be there according to the subject, then negative word not will be there, and then after verb third form, then after object, then after full stop. We can see Mohan has not played cricket. Children have not gone to school. Okay students, so you will write these two examples in your notebook, and you will also write this structure. Okay students, I hope that you all have understood. If you are getting any kind of problem, you may ask. Now we will discuss the interrogative structure, interrogative sentences. Okay students, I am going to erase it. So dear students, you all know that interrogative sentences are of two types. Okay, SNO type, that is known as single interrogative, and another is WH type, that is also known as double interrogative. Okay, but we will write here. I will write here. SNO type. Just here. First of all, interrogative. Interrogative structure. Interrogative sentences. Just see, there are two types of interrogative sentence. First, SNO type. So just see here. And I have already told you that SNO type sentences always start with the helping verb. Okay. So here, what the helping verb we will use? I have already told you, has and have. according to the subject. Okay, then after we will use subject, then after we will use third form of the verb. Okay, if there is negative word, then we can also put here just after the subject. If there is no negative word, we will use the third form of the verb just after the subject. If there is object, you will mention the object. If there is no object, you will not mention the object. And at the end of the sentence, we will not use the full stop, we will use the question mark. Okay, so this is the structure of SNO-type. Keep in your mind. Yes, see, there will be helping verb in the beginning of the sentence, then after subject, then after verb, that is in third form, then after object, then after question mark. Yes, we can see the example. You see, has, first example we can see. I will write the same example. You see, has Mohan. Mohan is singular, therefore I have added here singular helping verb. Let's see, has Mohan played cricket? Has Mohan played cricket? You can see here. Okay, in the beginning of the sentence I have used here the helping verb. Okay, because this is SNO type of sentence. Its answer can be given in one word, yes or no. Okay, we can see here, has Mohan played cricket? We can give the answer in one word, yes or no. Okay, so I have also followed the structure. You can see here, there is helping verb, there is subject, there is third form of the verb, there is object, and there is question mark. Okay, one more example we can see, have children. Children is plural, therefore we will write the helping verb have. Have children gone to market? Have children gone to market? Okay, just see. Have children gone to market? There is helping verb in the beginning of the sentence, then after subject, then after third form of the verb, then after object. Okay, students, so this is your structure. Keep in your mind, this is the structure of SNO type, and these are the examples of SNO type sentences. Okay, students, SNO type interrogative sentences of present perfect tense. Okay, students, so you write it, and after completing it, we will put the heading next, that is WH type. Okay. Okay, students, I am going to erase it. I hope that you all have understood. Next, there are two types of interrogative, SNO type that we have read, and now we will discuss the second kinds, that is WH type. Let's see, WH type. WH type. Okay, just see, in the beginning of the sentence there will be WH word. Okay, then after you will use has and have according to the subject, then after you will use subject. Okay, then after you will use third form of the verb, then after you will use object, then after you will use question mark. This is your structure. Let's see. WH word will be there in the beginning of the sentence. Dear students, you all know that what is WH word. The words that is start with the WH word, okay, such as what, where, when, which, okay, these are what? These are the WH word. So just see here, there will be WH word, then after you will use has and have according to the subject, then after you will use third form of the verb, then after object, then after question mark. So just see, students, first example we can see, just see, where, okay, that is WH word, and Where has Mohan? Mohan is singular, therefore I have added here H. Where has Mohan played? Play is the first form of the verb in which we will add ed to make plural. Where has Mohan played cricket? CRICKET. Question mark. One more sentence we can see. Let's see. When, that is WH word. When have children, go is the first form of the verb and gone is the third form of the verb. Let's see. When have children gone to school or market? You can see. Question mark. Let's see, students. Here I have followed this structure. Just see, sub WH word. You can see WH word. Has, according to the subject. Subject is singular, therefore I have used here has, and then after subject, okay, subject Mohan, then after third form of the verb, then after object. You can see here, this is your structure. WH word will be there. Has, have, subject, third form of the verb, object, and these are the examples. You can see, where has Mohan played cricket? When have children gone to school? Okay, students, I hope that you all have understood. So students, today we have read what does mean by present perfect tense and the structure, the sentences, formation of present perfect tense in affirmative sentence, in negative sentence, in interrogative sentences. And in interrogative there are two types, that is SNO type that we have read already, and that is WH type. Okay students, if you are getting any kind of problem in this topic in present perfect tense, you may ask on WhatsApp. Okay students, that's all for today. Your homework is to complete the exercises based on this tense. Okay students, that's all for today. Thank you.